This week we talk about sugar and the benefits it can provide in our overall health. Welcome to the Tweak of the Week. I'm Tommy Larkin, and as always, thank you for joining me today. In our world, sugar gets a really bad rap. Most people tend to only see it as a bad thing, which makes us put on weight and end up being fat. And at some level, this is true. However, it's not the full story, and in actuality, sugar alone does not make us fat. What makes us fat is eating more calories than the body can use in a given day. It's the old adage of calories in versus calories out. This one component of intake versus expenditure is not the end all, though, for weight management, nor does it mean you can simply eat more candy bars if you burn enough calories each day. Now, I'm not saying you can't have a candy bar. I enjoy a good candy bar occasionally, and I really love ice cream and the occasional soda. I also enjoy a bottle of beer, a glass of wine, or a bourbon most nights. The key is how to balance this intake within your daily food consumption. This is done by understanding which sugars are processed better in the body versus which ones are not, and how to adjust for the ones that are not as good sugars for you to consume. Our body needs sugars in the form of glucose to operate properly. The nice thing is our system makes glucose from the foods we eat. By reducing foods with added sugars, particularly the fake or chemically derived sweeteners, including all the types of corn syrups, stevia, saccharin, and etc., we can better manage our intake quantity. These added sugars are found in most processed foods, like candies, chips, sodas, sports drinks, etc., etc. Right? Now, the reason sugars alone do not cause us to get fat is because all fruits and vegetables have natural sugars in the form of fructose. Even milk has sugar, which is known as lactose. The difference between these natural sugars, fructose and lactose, is that they are processed by the body more efficiently than the processed sugars. So this is a very top level look at the process. When we eat our food, our body converts proteins, fats, and carbohydrates into glucose, the fuel our body needs to operate. In the process, as the level of glucose increases in our bloodstream, the pancreas produces a hormone called insulin, which tells the cells to absorb the glucose for energy. Extra glucose left over is then stored in the liver and muscle tissues until it is needed. This is all fine and good unless we eat an overabundance of food, particularly excess sugars. On top of that, our body is better at converting fructose and lactose into glucose than the processed sugars I noted earlier. Some studies suggest the processed sugars get converted to fat stores more readily than natural sugars found in whole foods. So this brings us back to the intake versus expenditure and suggestion as fitness professionals we tend to make. And that is reduce processed and junk food intake and increase daily physical activity. Sounds simple, doesn't it? So here is one way to start on this journey. Look at what you consume with sugars in it. Start by reading labels. You'll be surprised what you'll find. And then each day or week, look to replace one of those processed food items, like the candy bar or the soda you may enjoy, with some fresh fruit or fruit juice. Even some canned fruit is sometimes better than the candy bar. Just find the organic variety packaged in its own juices. And the same goes for fruit juices, and is organic and not from concentrate as being the best, as well as obviously eating organic fruits and vegetables. Now, in addition, seek to balance your overall nutrients, i.e. your fats to proteins to carbohydrates. Now remember, we need carbs to function properly. They are the building blocks of energy for our body. One way I like to do this is by first making sure I get the two key items our body needs to build a strong system: amino acids and electrolytes. Now, electrolytes are actually easy, and I covered this in the hydration tweak, which you'll find a link to at the end of this video and in the description. As for amino acids, our body makes some, but needs many others from an outside source. These are called the essential amino acids. Yeah, if this is new, you might think they are the key ones, but they are simply the ones we don't make naturally. Hence, they're essential for our survival. So here is a short list of foods great for adding the amino acids into our system. Oh, and many help us stay hydrated and add those beautiful electrolytes we need, plus are great alternatives to those processed sugared treats. Here are our top common fruits: kiwi fruit, bananas, melons, like cantaloupe and watermelon, strawberries, navel and mandarin oranges, fresh figs, grapes, apples, peaches, and peaches. That was the last of the list. Now here's some vegetables that are very, very good for you: avocados, mushrooms, and celery. Also, nuts, fresh cracked or at minimum plain roasted is best, yogurt, and cottage cheese, as well as milk, which is a great hydration drink. Peanut butter is a great source as well, and again, organic, but also in its own oil. You don't want the ones that are the pre-smooth for you with the palm oils or the soy oils in it. You want fresh, good, plain peanut butter in its own peanut oil. As a great snack, you can add that peanut butter with apples or that fun groove in a celery stick. Not necessarily my favorite, but still really good for you. So to end today, I encourage you to explore your foods and seek to find where you can increase the positive intake of sugars in your life. And before we go, don't forget to click that like button below. And if you know someone who could benefit from today's video, I'd appreciate you sharing it with them. So until next time, have an amazing week and be excellent to each other.